Hello and welcome to the Flo-One training guide. In this video, we'll be explaining how to use the Flo-One application. This can be your Web RTC client or the Flo-One application. In this video, we've already installed the application, so if you haven't installed it yet, please watch our previous video where we cover the install process. If you're logging into the Web RTC client, use your browser and navigate to PulseHD.app. And grant the site all microphone and notification permissions. You can log in using one of three methods. If you enter the mobile number associated with your user, the system will then text you a code. Enter this code and you'll be in the system. Alternatively, if you've signed into the application on your mobile device already, select the More button, then click the QR code next to your profile. This will open the camera on your phone. If you point this at the QR code on the screen, you will then be logged into the system. Finally, if you don't have either of these options, you can click the Log in as a member to enter your email and password into the system. Now you're logged in, you'll see the screen is split into three main areas: the navigation bar on the left, the dial pad toggle in the bottom left, and the general information window. Clicking on your user icon will display basic features. These include toggle switches for signing in and out of call queues, turning DND or Do Not Disturb on and off. Note the feature will allow internal calls here too. Finally, the Sign Out button is located here too. The Phone button is where you'll find all telephony features. The left panel displays your contacts and by default is in list view. We personally find grid view is often preferred, and this toggles using the button at the top next to Add Contact. Your contacts will be displayed in alphabetical order, with any favourites at the top. Make a user a favourite by right-clicking on them and clicking Add to Favourites. The user's presence is also displayed here. A green spot shows they are signed in and available. A pulsing red spot means the user is ringing in or out. A solid red spot means the user is on a call. Hovering over the red spot will allow you to see the number they're connected to. And the grey X shows if they are currently offline. Right-clicking on a user will open up a list of additional features, including viewing their details, calling them and messaging them. If the user is on the phone, you can request to call when available, and your call will be queued for when they are next available. If your user has been granted the relevant access levels, you will also be able to listen, whisper, and join calls. When you listen to a call, the other parties are unable to hear you. This feature is ideal for new staff members to be able to listen to calls by experienced members of the team for training. They're able to stay connected and listen to all calls into a specific user or drop in and out as needed. If you select Whisper, you'll be able to speak to your colleague, but the other party can't hear you. This is perfect for coaching new team members through their first calls. The Join Call function allows you to jump into a call spontaneously if assistance is needed. Finally, you can also drag a user over the dial pad to call them, or simply click Call. The top of this section has the Search Contacts and Filter buttons. Using the filter, you'll be able to change the contacts to show or hide internal contacts, phone book contacts, hunt groups or departments. Note, to show the phone books, you'll need to turn these on in the settings, which we'll cover later in this video. And if your directory is large, then you will need to search for a specific name. Helpfully, any linked CRM systems will live within the phone books, so we'll show here too. Under this section, you'll see your caller ID. To change the number you're presenting, simply toggle here. Over on the right of the screen, you'll see 4 sections: history, missed calls, part and voicemail. Your call history displays calls made and received, connected calls in green and unanswered in red. Missed calls will show any unanswered calls. Part shows the parked calls. You can retrieve parked calls from this window. Voicemails will be displayed here too. To make a call, click the dial pad button. This will then open the dial box. You'll see the number you're going to dial out from at the top. To change this, simply click and select the new number. Next to this, you'll see the device that you'll be using for this call. You can pick from this device, your mobile device if signed in, or a physical phone if you have one. For demonstration here, we'll use this device. To dial a number, either click or type the number. You can paste a number here too. Click the green phone button or press the enter key to begin the call. When on the call control screen will appear. Here you can mute the call so the customer can't hear you. Keypad to allow you to enter further digits. For instance, when using an automated attendant, to press 1 for option X or 2 for option Y. Here you'll spot the short codes too, which lists extra codes for the phone system commands. Click back to navigate back to the call control screen. The speaker button will toggle audio between your laptop speakers and headset. These are configured within the settings, which we'll cover later in the video. New call allows you to start another call and places your current call on hold. The hold toggle button will place your current call on hold. Finally, the transfer button will list your users and potentially your directory contacts depending on your settings. Clicking a user will allow you to select whether you want to perform an attended transfer, so you speak to your colleague first, allowing you to check their availability prior to passing the customer across, or you can perform a blind transfer where you pass the call straight to the other user with no prior discussion. Another method of transferring is simply to drag and drop from the contact list into the call. You'll be able to select the transfer method. Finally, you can place the call on park. This allows you to pass the call around to other team members by confirming the park slot to each other. Click on the Park tab and selecting the bay you wish to park the call upon, or press and hold the hold button to send the call to a park bay. To retrieve the call, click on the park bay. Clicking device displayed on the bottom right will allow you to transfer between your devices. Simply pick another device to hand the call off to. This can be very useful if you need to transfer your call to a mobile device. To end the call, simply press the hang up button. Moving down the navigation bar, you'll see the message button. Here is where you will find the current chats, or you're able to start a new one with an individual or group. You can attach files, send emojis as well as voice notes, or simply chat. This screen also houses your SMS chats if you have this facility enabled. Just like chat, you can send and receive messages to mobile numbers. To start a new mobile chat, select the user within your contact screen, click to view them, then click SMS on the mobile number. This can be really helpful to communicate with your customers. Please note there is a small charge per text message sent from the system. There are a plethora of settings within the settings cog. Here we'll focus on the main elements you may wish to tweak. The Account and General allows you to select your user preferences like your D&D settings and dark or light mode. The Calls section will tweak how you make and receive calls. Key features here are call waiting beep, your transfer preference, and whether you see the phone book when transferring. Some customers also choose to customise advanced call routing, allowing you to pick different outcomes should you be on the phone, unable to answer, or offline altogether. The Contact section is where you can select your phone books, choose to display the company names, which we generally recommend, and you can turn on your CRM integration here too. The Audio section allows you to change your speaker and headset settings. You can select your laptop speaker in ringtone and loudspeaker. Your in-call audio and input devices are typically your headset. Finally, the line key configuration section will be available to you if you have a desk phone linked to your user. Clicking here will allow you to drag and drop contacts on the phone's buttons. Note you may have more than one page. The filter at the top will also allow you to choose shortcodes such as park and logging in and out of call queues. This covers all of the main features needed to get you up and running on the Flo-One application. Thank you for watching, and if you liked our video, please like, subscribe and check out our other videos for further tips. And remember, let us know when you're next reviewing your hosted setup and see how we can help you get the most from your communications.